We had what we thought was the perfect plan. Dad needed a new chair and Christmas was here. Hello, gift idea. My brother Brian and I decided we would split the cost of the chair, assemble it on Christmas Eve, and have it waiting for him to sit on Christmas morning. It sounded so easy. What could be difficult about assembling a simple office chair? Little did we know just how difficult putting together a chair could be. Good thing we knew where Mom hid the Christmas cookies. Christmas Eve rolled around. After all the usual family traditions, my parents made their way to bed and my brother and I went into his room to begin building. We ripped the giant box open and suddenly felt like our parents must have when they had to assemble Barbie's dream house or Big Wheels. There were literally 1,000,000 pieces in this box. I did not realize how many screws and bolts that went into a chair. We both looked at each other and I immediately said we should have gone with my second gift idea, a necktie. I got out the instructions and began attempting to analyze them. They were made up of 9-point font and no pictures, perfect for first-time builders. Brian did the typical male thing and said that only idiots read the instructions. I could tell the night officially got longer. I went to grab a screwdriver out of my dad's toolbox and it seemed that there were now 5 different kinds, each with a different kind of top. We realized that each screw called for a different type of screwdriver head, something that was specified in the less than detailed instructions. We began doing our best to put together the chair. It seemed like half of the screws did not fit in their designated area, and how are we supposed to know which of the leather cushions was the back of the chair and which was the bottom? More fighting ensued. How parents did not walk away from Christmas Eve divorced is beyond me. Every year, parents wait for their children to fall asleep and then begin the tradition of assembling certain items to place under the Christmas tree. At the rate my brother and I were working, we would be up all night trying to build this chair. I could only imagine how late my parents had to stay up building bikes and whatnot. It almost made me feel bad for waking them up at 6 in the morning to open gifts. We finally finished the chair and walked out of the room, vowing to never speak to each other again. We threw the chair in the room with the tree and the other gifts and went to sleep. I swore that night I would never buy my kids gifts that did not already come assembled. In the morning, everyone was all smiles. My brother and I had put the events of last night behind us and were excited for our dad to sit in his new chair. The look on his face said that he loved it. Either that or he was just smiling to make us feel better. The chair looked great and perfectly put together. We rolled it up and told my dad to take a seat and test it out. At that moment, one screw fell out, the chair separated from the wheels, and before I knew it, the entire chair had fallen apart and my dad was on the floor. Oh well, looks like next year we'll just get him the necktie. Chair is still put together pretty well. Well, we'll stay with the necktie next year.